Good morning, Snow West. It's Christopher Greybeard, your pirate guide for West Yellowstone Island Park. Today is Wednesday, April 2nd. Many of you probably saw yesterday's video, which was a tragedy, a comedy of errors, as it might be. I got up here and was ready to go off on our first ride and pulled the ripcord, and that ripcord came right out, and I had nothing left except a handle in my hand. Turned around, went down to my local dealer, and in very short order, they were able to get me in, get me fixed, and sent me back out. So I rescheduled yesterday's ride for the day, invited people to come back up, and as I look across the parking lot right now, I've got a couple of folks that are here that are getting suited up and ready to join me, and shortly we will be heading back up the mountain. But I wanted to address a couple of comments. If you're willing to give me a couple of minutes of your time, I want to have a little chat about this channel and have a little conversation with those of you that are watching. I got a little tiny bit of pushback yesterday, a couple of comments about the whole pirate gig, and it made me give a little thought, and I wanted to consider what that means. What's the whole deal with the pirate? You know, why am I leaning into the pirate? Hopefully all of you know the pirate grew out of COVID caring. And a couple of women up here in Island Park that were really pushing back hard against me, accusing me of being legitimately a pirate guide, someone who was going out here and professionally taking people out on rides and charging them on the side surreptitiously, thus denying the professional guides that work here in Island Park and West Yellowstone from their income. And nothing could be farther from the truth. All right, now I want to be really, really explicitly clear on that. To the best of my knowledge, I have now ridden with 250 of you guys this winter. 250 total complete strangers that have shown up on my invitation to come and ride with me. And not one single one of you has been able or been allowed or been permitted even to compensate me in any way, shape, or form. And that's not to say that some of you haven't tried. Some of you have slipped me 50s and 100s at the end of the day and said, "Hey, Chris, thank you so much. It was a great ride. I really appreciate it." And every one of you that did that, and you know exactly who you are, know that I took those dollar bills and I put them right back in your hand. None of you guys have paid for my gas. You haven't paid for my time, for my oil, for maintenance, repairs, nothing, zero, okay? I want to be super, super clear on that fact. While I've adopted the name of the pirate guide, I am by no means a pirate guide, not at least in the legal sense, not as far as the Forest Service defines it, not as far as the IRS defines it. What I do up here for you guys, I do for the pure love of the sport. When you see me on all these videos, and how many videos have I done? Well, YouTube just sent me a note and said, "Dear Christopher, congratulations on your 100th video." Okay, so I've posted a ton of freaking videos, way more on Facebook than I have on YouTube, but at least 100 videos I've posted now. And I've completely lost my train of thought. Excuse me. When you see me on these videos, and you'll notice I'm wearing, it says climb, you know, I'm sitting on my snowmobile, it says Skidoo, or I've got my vest on and the vest says BCA, or I'm wearing my electric goggles and it says 509. Not any of these companies are paying me, compensating me, reimbursing me, sponsoring me to come up and do these videos, okay? Again, I want to be super clear. The people that ride with me are not paying me. The gear that I'm riding is not compensating me. I have no sponsors that are paying me to make these videos. I come up here and do this because I love doing it, because it's fun, because it's enjoyable, for the pure love of the sport. I was thinking, I've taken 250 complete strangers up into the mountains with me this year. And I've also managed to take, I think, 4 complete total noobs, never been on a sled before in their life, and gave up 4 days of my riding to take newbies out and teach them how to ride and introduce them to the sport. So, yeah, I'm going to toot my horn here a little bit and say there's a lot of altruism going here. I do this because I love it. I do it because it's fun. I do it because it brings joy to my heart. And as far as I can tell, it brings joy to a lot of your hearts too, based on the comments I get. So let's get back to the whole pirate thing. So for 1 or 2 minutes out of most of my videos, you know, I take off my hat, okay? 62-year-old guy, bald. I reach over and I grab this fun little eye patch that I had made for me by a young lady, and I put the pirate eye patch on. And once in a great while, you might see me reach over and grab my pirate scarf. How about that, huh? Do that very rarely. But I've got this beautiful big red silk pirate scarf. And if you were over at Jackson at the Hill Climbs, you saw me put the pirate scarf on. And even more rarely, I will take and I will actually put my pirate hat on. I had this pirate hat handmade for me by another lady in London, England, who makes pirate hats. So I'll don the paraphernalia and I'll look you square in the eye and say, "Arr, matey, it'd be a fine day to be a pirate." Okay? And I lean into it and I have a little bit of fun. And once in a really great while, you might even see me take this out. This is my pirate's spyglass. And I might look and say, "Arr, there be snow in the mountains. Arr, look at all that beauteous bounty we're ready to go plunder." And I have a little bit of fun doing that as well. Okay? That's the whole pirate spiel. I dress up like a pirate once in a while. I take a minute, maybe 90 seconds, and have a little bit of fun. Okay? I try to be a little bit on the lighthearted side. Try to enjoy life a little bit, guys. Let me take that back off. And I'll put my Snow West beanie back on and I'll be just as common and plain and boring as anybody else does. All right? The channel is unsponsored, guys. Nobody's paying for my gas. Nobody's paying for my oil. Nobody's paying for my maintenance. Nobody's paying for my time. This is day 29 on the mountain. That means I took 29 days off of work. And when I come up here, my day starts at 6:30 in the morning, all right? 6:30 a.m. if I'm going to come ride. I got to get up. I got to get dressed. I got to get all my gear prepped. I got to check the electronics. I got to make sure the camera gear is ready to rock and roll. Go through the whole process. Then I got to load the sled, put the cover on it, get the trailer hooked up, drive to the gas station, fill up the sled, fill up the truck, and then I got a 2-hour drive to come to the mountains. Hour and a half each way, 90 minutes each way. So it's a 3-hour drive every single day. If I go into west, it's a 2-hour drive both ways. I make a huge investment in this little channel. And I do it because I love it. You know, not because anybody's paying me, not because I'm getting rich. Hell, I lose money. I would guess it cost me $200 every time I start my sled. Okay, $200 every time, bar none. That's the reality of doing this little fun channel to promote snowmobiling, encourage people around the world to come to Island Park, West Yellowstone, and enjoy some of the best riding money can find. So when I put the pirate hat on and I have a little bit of fun, don't be offended. Don't let that bother you. Don't be annoyed. Don't be perturbed. That's just an old guy who's 62 years old having a little bit of fun. He's leaning into it and enjoying this crazy channel that I built. How crazy is this channel? I think I've had 18 million views this year. Let that sink in for a second. 18 million people have watched some or all or a portion of these crazy videos that I do about snowmobiling. That's insane. I'm just shy of 21,000 subscribers on the Facebook channel, but the view count is just astronomical. It is just crazy. And that's from somebody who's not sponsored. You know, I'm not paid. I'm not beholden to anybody. I can come up here and I can say anything I want. I can badmouth any company I want. I can be as completely, totally honest with you guys as I want. Or I can, you know, like yesterday, I can sing the praises of a local dealer. You know, I went down to Rexburg Motorsports. They moved freaking heaven and earth and got my sled in and out in 2 hours. I mean, absolutely remarkable. That's the kind of service that I believe deserves to be praised. So I wanted to just take a second before we start the ride. And we're going to go up. We're going to have a good day. I'm sure of it. There's fresh snow in the trees. You can see some of it behind. Today I'm using a tripod for the first time because I wanted to be able to just sit here and talk rather than holding my camera. But there's fresh snow on the ground. It was snowing all the way. We were driving up here today. I got a couple of guys. I think one guy here is from out of state and another guy is local who has nobody to ride with and just wanted a friend to go hang out with. But I really appreciate you guys. I'll come up here and I'll ride for 6 to 8 hours. Then I'll go home. And these videos take me another 4 to 6 hours to edit. And my nights are usually till midnight or 2 a.m. It's one of the reasons you don't ever see me ride 2 days in a row. I just can't do it. I'm trash the second day. I need a day to go back and work and catch up, and then to get some sleep and recover. But I try to read every single comment that you post, 100%, okay? Whether it's significant or it's trivial, doesn't matter. I will go out of my way to try to read every comment you make, and I try to reply or at least acknowledge every comment you make. Okay, that's my rant for the day. I just wanted to be clear, what's going on, what I'm doing, why I do it. I don't want anyone to misunderstand what the purpose of this channel is. This is a very oddball channel. I get it. I'm an old guy, an old bald graybeard, who leans into the whole pirate gig and has fun riding. I do this because I love it. I invite you guys to come and ride with me because I enjoy meeting you. It's fun to get to know people from all across the United States and Canada, and maybe even a couple of Europeans that come in once in a while. I enjoy it. It adds joy and happiness to my heart. And when that stops, when it's not fun for me anymore, I will stop doing this, okay? I will simply walk away from it because nobody's paying me to do it. I'm taking my regular salary and I'm spending my income to come up here and do these videos and go ride and hang out with total complete strangers, and to be perfectly honest, have the best freaking time of my life. I can't think of anything I would rather do more than what I'm doing right now. I thoroughly, deeply, completely love showing off West Yellowstone and Island Park to people around the world, and showing you guys how blessed I am to be able to come up here and be on the mountain and have such a wonderful, exciting time day after day after day. Again, today's day 29. My goal was 30 days. One more ride after today, and I've hit my goal for the year, and I will probably bag it. Spring is here. It's warming up. I have other things that I need to do as well at home. But I'm Christopher Greybeard, your pirate guide for Island Park and West Yellowstone. I wanted to say thank you for coming along for the ride for this whole season. And now we'll get ready and we'll actually go out and we'll fire up the sleds. We'll go for a ride today. We'll see you guys up on the mountain in a few minutes. All right, we have just arrived at the warm-up meadow. And I have to admit, I'm a little bit surprised at how good the snow is up here. The trail coming up is in much better shape than we expected it to be. Nobody's been up today, and probably not anybody in the last 24 hours. There is a reasonable fresh sheen of snow. I would guess 2 to 4 inches, and we're about 7,000 feet right now. There is snow in the trees, as you can see, which is a great sign. There are snowflakes falling down, which is a great sign. We should be in for a good ride today. All right, we're gonna dive off the trail and go up our favorite little canyon here. And we'll see what's waiting for us at the top of our little canyon today. A little bit of fresh snow on it. Out of this little heavy trap here fast. Just enough sunlight that it's not completely flat at the moment. Oh, it'd be fun if we had a foot or two of fresh right now. What a kick that would be. But we make do with what God gives us for spring sledding. It's pretty good anyhow, so I'm not going to complain very much. I'm up on the mountain and you're watching a video, so which one of us is luckier? Well, we pop out on the old Black Canyon Trail. Some of the most fun rides we had this entire season were right here. We made it up into New Meadow, our favorite New Meadow this year, and snow's not bad. Snow's 6 to 8 inches. Base is hard, rock hard, but the snow on top isn't bad, and the weather's been pretty good. Let me flip the camera for you. Through the trees and into the meadow. Snow is probably 6 inches, maybe 8 inches in a few places. Most of the tracks seem to be gone. There are the boys behind me. It is hard hard pack underneath though. Holy cow. Here they come. Another beautiful day to go riding. The trees are nice and gently frosted. There's a good 6 inches of snow on the ground, maybe a little bit more. A couple of lovely branches to ride through, which is always my favorite. I'm not sure what it is, I have an addiction to going through branches. I need therapy, I'm sure. On the other hand, my dealer probably appreciates it. More branches, more carnage, more Christopher buying new parts. How do you ever get tired of this? April 2nd, and it's still just a beautiful day to go riding. See, looking straight across, that is Thirsty Creek over there, and there's, you know, plenty of fresh snow. Weather's closing in a little bit. There's a light snow coming down right now, but all in all, we are off to a start of a really good day, and we've had lots and lots of fresh snow to play in. The meadow is completely untracked, probably 24 hours since the last person was here, I would guess, and we're doing our very best to tear it up. We will be heading over in that direction, I think, as we pull out of here. All right, so we are going down Black Canyon. I wanted to show you what the actual trail conditions were. There's one set of tracks that looks like from yesterday, and probably 6 inches everywhere. Maybe 4 in some places. Occasionally we've seen 8 inches. Trails haven't been groomed in at least 7 days, maybe longer. But the snow is nice and the trail is relatively smooth, and you can see all the fresh snow on the trees. All things considered, it's great riding. And down we go! Ah, no cracks! Look at that, that's nice. There we go. Virgin meadow, just the way I like it. A little bit of sunshine, lots of fresh snow, no tracks. What more can you ask for, huh? Head back down to our meadows. Doesn't look like anybody's been in here. It's pretty fresh to me. Yeah, it looks very fresh. I love this place. It just delivers over and over again. Places I like to play, but hands down, this is always my absolute favorite. And we'll see now if everybody's been down here. Oh, no tracks at this end. Look at that. Ah, we're in for a treat. Nobody's been in here in the last 24 hours. Oh, son of a gun. We're going to have a little fun today. Yes, we are. Followed me or not. That would be a nut. Never know. You bring your friends in and sometimes they stick with you and other times they don't follow you at all. Not the direction we want to go. Not the worst, not the best. This will get us there. Taking the scenic route. So, it's Wednesday, April 2nd. We've been out riding for several hours now, I would guess. I'd have to look at my watch and see exactly how long we've been out, but we've been having a hell of a good time. All things considered, being that, we're well into spring now. Number one, it's been snowing pretty much all day long. Number two, it's been partly sunny, so there hasn't been flat light at all today. I can see blue sky in multiple different areas. Most of it's gray. But there's now you can see the blue there. Little section of blue sky poking through. Got two guys riding with me today. One local from Idaho Falls, who's a relatively new sledder, came along, and then another guy who's a salty old dog up from Minnesota. I think today's his last day and he's heading back to Minnesota. But we've been having a really good ride. I would say in general, everywhere we've ridden today has been 4 to 6 inches of fresh. And a few places have been 6 to 8 inches of fresh. I thought we might find 8 to 12 up on the top in the trees, and I haven't found it yet. We're not done with the day yet. There's a little bit more exploring to do, but so far, if you come up, plan on finding 4 to 6 inches everywhere on top of a really solid, firm base underneath. Weather's mild. I would guess it's probably just a couple of degrees below freezing right now. Wind is 0 to 1. The snowflakes are coming down at a slight angle, but I don't feel any breeze on my face at all. This is gorgeous. This is probably as nice as you're going to get in spring without it getting warm and the snow turning to mashed potatoes. All things considered, give you a little far shot. You can see all the trees have fresh snow in them. Not only right behind me, but everywhere in the meadows that we're playing in at the moment. There's plenty of fresh snow. And it's snowing right now, and I didn't think we were supposed to get any snow now, so that's kind of an added bonus. So a lot of people have been writing to me asking, should I come up for one last ride? Is it worth making the drive? How's it going to be this weekend? If the weather holds, and I don't think we're supposed to get warm until Monday or Tuesday of next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday probably be fine. We came up today and we've seen 2 tracks on the entire mountain. That's it. 2 other guys have been riding, and that was yesterday. If you saw some of the helmet cam, you probably could see there's 2 soft tracks with, 3 or 4 inches of snow on top of them. And that's it. We haven't seen anybody else on the mountain all day long. Haven't seen any fresh tracks in the last 24 hours. Everything's at least a day old. So I think you're in pretty good shape. If you want to make the dash, you want to have one last ride, you probably pull it off. We've got hours of riding ahead of us. This snow is in good shape, and we're gonna explore and keep hunting and see if there's any place we can find that 8 to 12 that I thought would be up here. Okay, back into my favorite trees. Trying to keep the snow out of my lens. Use my new, oh, look at that. Yep, the mirror works. From one set of meadows to another set of meadows. And they're all on track. Amazing. Really, truly amazing. I wouldn't have expected this. Why nobody's been up here riding is beyond me. Beautiful weather, good snow, friendly trees. I mean, seriously, what else do you want in life? This place has got it all. A view I don't do very often. So that's the other side of Thirsty Creek, and normally I'm filming this side because we're over there playing. We're off in those meadows over there, some of that ridge line over there. I think it's the first time I've ever come up on this little knoll here and actually taken a reverse shot. So that would be west, pretty much due west. Let me see if does that match up? Yep, almost. So west is right there where that cloud is. And behind me would be east, and that would be Yellowstone National Park. We got north, and we got south. And you can see the entrance to Thirsty Creek. You can see some of those terrain features down there. Yeah, that's cool. First time I bothered to come up here and take a picture this way. miles of friendly trees. I love these big clear cuts. Some of the best riding in the mountains. Making our way down Black Canyon now. It's around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and it has started to snow. And it's not snowing lightly, it's snowing quite heavy actually. I don't remember this being in the forecast, so we're getting lucky here and scoring some unanticipated snow. Today being Wednesday, if this keeps up overnight, holy cow, Thursday or Friday could be fabulous days of riding. Again, I give you this trail report for all those people that are thinking about making the drive, coming out for one last ride before the temperature spikes up next week. It's looking better and better, guys. You can look ahead and you can see how much snow is coming down. And it's been snowing like this now for half hour, 45 minutes. Just came out of nowhere where we were up playing in some alpine meadows, and this is looking really encouraging. As I said earlier, the only thing that would make today better was more snow, and apparently the snow gods are smiling on me because we're getting more snow. Maybe lots more snow. I'll be really interested to see what the forecast is when I get home tonight and unpack all this gear and look at what's coming up. I might have to come back up on Friday and get one more ride. Poor me, huh? What's that?
Your hat's already covered in snow.
Sweet. Hey guys, we are up on Black Canyon Trail, and we're more or less done with the day's ride, and I just wanted to stop because I want you guys to see, look at the snow that's coming down. Holy cow, this is an unscheduled snow event. The forecast when I last checked, it said no snow today, but not only is it snowing, it is snowing great big beautiful fluffy snowflakes. It's coming down hard. If you're coming up on Thursday, tomorrow, you might just score big time. Well, we started out the day in full pirate mode, so I thought, what the heck? We'll finish the day in full pirate mode. Arr, what did we find on top of the mountain today? Did we find booty? Did we find plunder? Did we find white gold? Yes, in fact, we did. We found quite a bit. Surprisingly good snow up on top of the mountain today. There was not in the forecast any significant snow coming down, but as the day went by, it was snowing light, and then it was snowing moderately, and by the end of the day at 3 o'clock or so, it was coming down hard, burying our tracks, just minutes behind us. The snow turned out to be really good. We had a really good day. The weather was quite pleasant. It was partly cloudy all day long. There was patches of blue sky, so we always had a little bit of sun. It was not flat light. There was 4 to 6 inches pretty much everywhere we went, and in a few places we saw 6 to 8 inches. We did not find anything deeper than 8 inches though. I'd hoped we would, especially when we got back in the trees there, but that just was not the case. We looked, we hunted, but we didn't find anything that was really deep. But it was snowing when we came down off the mountain. Now down here, we're back at like 6,400 feet or so. There's not snowing, but it snowed all the way down the mountain, so there's the possibility that tomorrow, on Thursday or Friday, there may be some fresh up on top, even though it wasn't in the forecast. Not sure what's going on, not sure where it's coming from. I will check when I get home tonight, and I'll look at all the forecasts and see if another little front moved in, but I'm telling you, it was glorious while we were up there. The snow was good, the weather was nice, and it was coming down hard, so there's a reasonable chance that come Thursday or Friday, man, there could still be really great snow. So, all in all, a very good day. For those of you that are considering coming out, I would give you a hearty thumbs up. I think it's probably a good idea. I think you'll be able to come out and you'll probably find some good snow and some good riding. Mind you, down here in the in the parking lot. The lake is still in full effect, as you can see. It's quite a bit warmer down here than it is up on top, but it was really good snow. It was really a good ride. I am Christopher Greybeard, your pirate guide for Island Park in West Yellowstone, the admin on snowwest.com. Letting you know I'll see you next time on the mountain in the snow. Just one more ride, and I think my season's probably done.